What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another cup of conversation.
Well, we have conversations worth having.
I am your host, T.
And I'm your host, Coco.
And welcome to Women's History Month.
Hey.
That's the applause. How you feeling today? How you doing?
Good.
You ready to get right into the topics for
Right
today?
into it. Let's jump in it.
All right. So let's start off. We were just going to talk about a bunch of the... They said that we need to do more solo episodes when I did the little poll on our page. So... we just want to get into some topics about women, different topics about women. We're going to shout out to women for the end of the episode. And yeah, just going to get into it. All right, so what's the first one you had that we just going to tie into the mix?
Well, let's just jump right off with something that's hot for people. You know, everybody been talking about the Risa Tessa, whatever
it is.
But I seen the comment that Charlemagne said when he first said it, like before it was like an issue. And when I first heard him say that, like I kind of felt some type of way, not because of like what he said about big bags, but more so like I'm thinking in my head, like I don't think it was like a big bag situation. I don't think it was like a big girl insecurity type of thing. Y'all fall for anything because, you know, the low self-esteem like people trying to play into. Because I know that it's like some of the baddest people that be walking around and they be going through the same situations. Like, and I'm like, I think it's just a low self-esteem amongst women across the board, or wanting a man so bad that you'll do anything. There's skinny people, there's big people.
And I think it kind of falls into the old school. You know, he a little older than us, just a little bit. So you know the old school standard or like category of what they try to put big girls in, or they, like you said, low self-esteem. They'll do anything for a man. They just want a man. And she was accepting some bullshit, listening to some bullshit, taking in some bullshit. We all. But like you said, I know skinny girls who go through that too. Like I showed you one of my friends who I said, this is one of the prettiest people, you know what I'm saying? But she dumb as a motherfucker. Yeah. Like, so I don't think it really matters. But to go into the first topic, as far as posting like she did for your own self or posting for attention. A lot of people thought that was for attention. A lot of people thought that was lies. A lot of people thought that was this, that.
And we found out it wasn't lies because a
lot of people backed it up. Yeah. So even if it was, and then they posed the question, oh, why would you even put this out there? Yada yada yada. Some people therapy is to like just to speak it out. Like how I say I get on here a lot of times, and this is kind of like cool for me to talk out certain situations. I might not be giving y'all exact details.
Right.
But I might ask the questions and we might get into the, you know what I'm saying, the conversation.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically and get into the conversation. So, I just think that always is like, I hate that stigma, especially towards women. They always think it's a attention thing.
Right.
Regardless if it's a picture or if you're telling a story or if you know what I'm saying, you must want some attention. You must want some attention. So, I don't know how does that sit with you? To think that every time we do anything social like everybody else, it's for attention.
I think that we all know, like, just even being in a podcast space, I feel like everybody knows that a good story time is what people like. I don't think it's any different than a Tubi movie. I don't think it's anything different from a movie, period. Not just a Tubi movie, but like anything, period.
A show,
like
TV show, anything
like
we sit around and watch.
Because believe it or not, whether it was for attention or not, millions of people sat and watched on TikTok. Yes. Those, how many parts was it?
50 something parts. 53.
So I think that and then at the end of the day, it wasn't like she took it to a place where that wasn't the norm. It's the norm for people to talk about stuff, to have story times, part 5, part 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I mean, if it was for attention, I mean, it was a lot of stuff you can do for attention. A lot of people get OnlyFans for attention. It's a lot of stuff.
And the stories gave believable. It didn't give like, I just pulled this out my ass.
Yeah, and then to now see that it was backed up by so many people, like it couldn't have just been just for attention. And like she said in some of the parts, you know, I'm sharing this if it could help somebody, or if you can, you know, or not even just so much help somebody, but because I want to release this that I've been holding on to. Sometimes people need to be able to, it's almost kind of like you don't want to tell your business in the moment because you don't know how it's going to play out or you don't know how it's going to make you look. But after it's all said and done, it can't make you look no type of way because you've grown through it and you didn't went through it. So why not share it?
You're not looking at yourself no different. You're not taking in none of the comments or nothing like that.
You're not.
Because before she put that out there, she could have known that people were going to react the way they did. Like, maybe not that magnitude, of course, but she could have known like how TikTok story times go.
And she said over and over,
100,000 views or something like that. She would have had those comments from somebody.
Yeah, and she kept saying like, if we gonna tell it, we're gonna tell it all, and it might make me look bad. Oh well. So I feel like if anything for attention, you wouldn't tell a lot of stuff to make you look bad. Like, if it was something that you were just trying to get attention from, you would want to have the better light. And I don't think she was worried about that at all. So I think we just need to get out of a space to where either we're going to get on here, because we hear two sides of it. You telling all your business, why you getting on the World Wide Web telling all your business, and then when we tell a story, you hear people talking about, oh, don't get on here talking about pray for me if you ain't gonna tell us what it happened. Exactly. So it's that what we talked about with Polo, like it's never good enough for everybody. So you really can't even go in thinking about like, okay, is this gonna be good for this person, that person, because you're never gonna satisfy everybody.
Right. You gotta just tell your story. And I think that, I don't know if it's just because I listen to the Breakfast Club and I guess you could say I like Charlamagne. Like I don't disagree with a lot he say, but I don't always agree with him either. But I don't know if he meant it like that. But I can't speak for other people.
He did.
I can't speak for other people. I just know the stereotype that
he was talking off the stereotype. He was talking off the stereotype of that big women fall for anything because they just want a man so bad. But when all actuality, that's just women in general. Right. Everybody. But
she admitted, I just wanted to be married. I just wanted a man. Like I thought
I
wanted it to be my turn so bad.
Yes. Everybody, that's a lot of women. A lot of women settle, like a lot of the stuff that we see nowadays, skinny, big, whatever, is because they rather be with somebody than lose that person. Like that's just the ultimate. That's everybody. There's a lot of people. Like, you know.
So do you think, speaking of settling, do you think that not like checking off all your boxes is a form of settling?
No, because nobody is going to be everything you need as far as our boxes. And sometimes you got to consider what's in those boxes, because a lot of the times when I hear a lot of women talk about like what they want in a man, and what men say they want in a woman, it's stuff that is very shallow. So I wouldn't say it's a form of settling, because ultimately you're going to have to grow up and mature in your mindset and say that this is something that I want, but this is not something that I need. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is something that just is a want. And it's not that I'm settling, it's because I'm finding greater value in another place. Right. You know what I'm saying? My wife might not be in, for example, like your wife might not be a size 0 with big boobs and a this and that, but you're not settling because you're gonna find value in that. Although she might not have that, she is also very loyal. She's very nurturing. She's a ambitious person. She's not somebody that's gonna just sit on the couch and be lazy. Like it's certain things that you're willing to say, okay, I can take this and throw this out. I can take this. So it's not necessarily settling. It's just realizing that nobody is perfect. Right.
I think a lot of people get that confused with settling because I think that's kind of how I look at it too. I know I look at myself very realistically. I look at everything very realistically. Like I burden myself with some of the questions because I be like, bro, just take it for what you see, not so. Like, but I always think of shit like how it would happen right here, right now. Like so, I look at myself like that too. I don't think of myself as somebody who is like just this perfect walking check box. I'm marking off everything on the nigga list. He might not like the fact that I'm like this or like that. So. I always look at men how I would want them to look at me, like forgive my flaws and love, not overlook, but you know what I'm saying? Rock with certain things that might not have been on your list, might not, you know what I'm saying? That might not have meshed up to
and
your
you're the deciding factor for it at the end of the day. You're going to be the deciding factor whether you rock with it or you don't. But you're also going to be that person that has to deal with the consequences of the decisions you make. So if you say like, I'm just not willing to settle for a woman that's over a size 3, then you also have to be ready for whatever comes with whenever you do find that person, whatever the opposite of what she has to offer, if that makes sense. So ultimately, like they say, just be ready to deal with whatever comes with it. Like either way, whether you settle or you stay, or you leave. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Me and Carrie had a discussion, and we were talking about. It wasn't even just me and Carrie. We had a discussion at the marriage retreat. And one of the men had said, because you know, whatever one woman won't do, another one will. And immediately, my pastor, he was like, that's manipulation. Because nobody is saying like, and nobody is walking around, some people do, but a lot of people are not walking around with the intentions of like, feeling like, oh, I'm the end all to be all. I'm the only woman that's on my shit. I'm the only, like, I know that there's other women that are equally or better at life.
That's what I mean when I say I look at things realistically. Yeah. Like I'm not like one of them people that's like I'm the bad, my shit don't stank or I got a coochie that you know what I'm saying can't be left or you know what I mean like but it's people that
believe
like
that
like,
I know.
And a lot of women like that's why when we got into the topic or we were gonna get into the topic what kind of value do you feel like you bring too because we put men on these like super large scales and like if you're not making this you ain't a provider or if you're not like that post we shared on our page the other day I feel sorry for me because if you not you look at you don't got a Benz you don't got a house you ain't you know what I'm saying got a $100,000 in the bank then you're not worthy of all this and if if you lose it then your value goes away type thing. So
and I actually in my notes because I tell you I had wrote some stuff about that post, but more so about like why do men find value in like providing only, and it really shows what people don't what women don't believe is it really shows the type of woman that you are to believe that if a man doesn't have X, Y, and Z when it relates to like material things, money and stuff like that. That they're not valuable or worthy. It shows where you are as a lot of people like maturity. Not even just maturity, like just spiritually too. Because if you call yourself I'm a woman of God, I believe in God, and this and that. You cannot believe that your husband is your source, right? And your husband cannot believe that he is the source, right? You know what I'm saying? It just can't be that way, and so I had wrote just a few notes about it, but we don't have to get into that. But you can't find yourself because what it is ultimately is idolizing money, right? Because if you believe that if your life will not be a certain way if your husband doesn't have X, Y, and Z, then you ultimately saying that God can't provide, God can't make a way out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you ultimately saying that you don't believe in none of that either. So right. It's kind of like a contradiction to what people say they believe.
And I was listening to this dude named D1, the Breakfast Club the other day, and he was basically talking about the same thing. He was like, just moving in a purpose instead of just moving for the money. Like a lot of people are they don't realize they're in this capitalized cycle that America has brought on us. And that's just that American society, that's the culture of America, that's what they came here doing. And so that was their plan when they came in. It took somebody else's land. Right. Like, so to build and make and take and you know what I'm saying? And that's all we work off of. We ran off and some people don't even realize that they have that trait going on, or they don't even know that they just like the people that they despise so much. Like
they are just like
the people that they despise so much.
Especially as it relates to like material things. Like it's just crazy. Like I seen even a video of a woman and she was saying how she was going on a date and the guy pulled up to her house and he was like, "Hey, I'm outside." And she looked outside the window and she just said, "Oh, I'm not going on a date with him because of the type of car that he pulled up in." Oh wow! Mind you, the car. So the people were asking like, what type of car was it? She was like, "It was a Toyota Camry," and I'm like, "Maybe I'm gonna tell Toyota Camry today, right now. Those are some good cars."
What if he owned that motherfucker?
Exactly, like
that could have been a company car.
Yeah,
like,
but it just goes to show you how materialistic. How
I would have left her ass right there. Bye.
Yeah, but she said she didn't even go downstairs. She called and was like, "I'm not coming out of my house." Like, and I think and it really kind of rubbed me the wrong way, not because of the situation, but because of how she was explaining it and how she was very like, "I'm right in this situation."
She's serious. Yeah. She thinks she right.
Yeah, and you thinking that it's okay for what you're saying, and everybody.
That's what be bugging me the most. Like, it's one thing for y'all to do it, but to get on here and try to glorify it and make other people believe that you right, like that is crazy. I hate that y'all do that. That's the world of the social media part that I really, really, really hate, because it's one thing to believe in the way you believe. Go ahead, you know what I'm saying? But to try to get on here and convince people to believe like you, or
especially with something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a lot of stuff like that with me, and like, this is the standard. If he ain't doing that, you might as well not be talking to him. Like,
and what do you do, like, when all of that stuff runs out? As a woman, like, okay, what do you feel like you would rather have left in a man if one day it came down to the wire and y'all had, like, say for instance, in a situation, you have the money, you have the cars and all this stuff, and say for instance, like, one of your children gets sick. And it's not a situation of the money, it's just a situation of this person the illness, you know what I'm saying? You can buy a car, but you can't even buy it because you have to be on the list, or you know, something like that. Like, what
other people, you ain't the only one with it.
Yeah, you ain't the only one with the money, exactly. And like, what do you want to have in a man at that point? Like, what is it that you want to have a man? Do you want to have a man with money because that's what you made the goal? Then you get in a situation like that when you got kids involved and stuff like that, and then you don't even have a man that you don't even know how to pray.
Exactly.
He don't know how to go to God on your behalf. Like, you know, like, it's certain things that we forget about when it comes to, you know, choosing a mate, choosing a person that we're gonna spend our life with.
Like we talked about earlier in the year, like, a lot of the things people have on their list are really just basics. You know what I'm saying? Adult basics. What you should have as a grown ass adult.
Right.
Like, it's the standard is don't be out prowling for people if you don't have yourself together. That's the only standard. Other than that, everything else I mean, is just being adult. Like, the times get hard, people lose money, people make money, but as long as they trying and up off their ass and doing something, I feel like that's the standard. That's it. Like, yeah, you can want a lot out of life, and because they always be, don't get mad at people for wanting more out of, don't get mad at us because don't call us bougie because nobody's saying that, but you're putting pressure on that. It's not that you,
and not even that you're putting pressure on it. You're making that the end all to be all. I have never heard that same person that's saying all of that. I have never heard you also say, God, bring me a man that X, Y, and Z, something of substance. You know what I'm saying? Like, something other than what he can provide physically, like material things and money and stuff. So you can say you want more out of life, but it's more than money to want more out of life. You know what I'm saying?
And as far as settling, I recently watched this movie. I don't know if you've seen it. It was on Netflix, the Mia movie with Tyler Perry. And I read a lot of comments about that movie as well. It was a lot of people talking about it because she did have a husband that didn't have a job at the time. He was going through whatever he was going through. I want to say he had cheated on her. I think that's why they was in counseling at the beginning. But my question to that would be, like, if you choose to stay, is that a form of settling, or are you trying to work through, or are you trying to make amends, or are you trying to? Because she could have very well moved on. We think she had another option. She was the breadwinner. You know,
I don't think it's a form of settling, because I don't think it's a form of settling until it's a habitual thing. Because
depending on how long,
or not even how long, how like if I have to forgive you for this every other month, then I am settling because I'm clear. It's clear that you don't have enough love for me to do the right thing by me. You know, but and I feel like, you know, when it's wrong to cheat, or it's wrong to you know, go against your vows and stuff like that, but it's a mistake. It's like nobody is exempt from making a mistake. You know, whether your mistake is that or whether your mistake is something else. Like, a mistake is a mistake. So, it's a lot of mistakes that could be made inside of a marriage to where it doesn't have to end in divorce. Until somebody is like putting their hands on you, habitually cheating on you, you know, doing some things that are very conniving, maybe like making you want for like food and water, like, you know, abusing you in any type of form like that. Then I don't think it's a form of settling. I think it's just a form of you giving somebody grace.
what if you get in a situation kind of like Rissa Tessa, that where you got in and you thought that it was all that at the beginning, but slowly but surely you're finding things out. You're realizing that this person ain't what I thought they checked all them boxes off at the beginning.
Right.
Like, this person ain't that. Like,
well, to that, go ahead, finish what you was gonna say though.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Well, to that situation, I'm gonna say this.
Not that specific situation, but just like in a general sense. Like,
well,
what if the person that somebody initially showed you turned out not to be
let me say
who
this.
they are?
I said this some episodes back about how people believe that, you know, God put this person in my life for me to marry. That's not necessarily true. Another thing is, just like that situation, and I'm sure another host of situations, there are red flags. And if y'all didn't understand, that was the theme of her show, red flags that I ignored. A lot of times, you have to get yourself out of things that you put yourself in.
Right.
And that's not even that you put yourself in, something that you knew you should have not even been in. So for that type of situation, he didn't give you the okay because he gave you the no-K because he was giving you chances to not go into that. So if you go against
he even
your
said,
better
I feel like
judgment,
I had to marry you, or you wasn't gonna stay with me.
Exactly. So with that, you know, like you have to get out because that person is causing you. That's a different type of abuse. That's a form of abuse too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Conniving, hiding money, getting you in situations that you can't get yourself out of. Like that's different. So yeah, you got to give yourself grace in that time and say, hey, I went against what I knew was right to do, and I need to make this right. And making this right is to be leaving this person because he not trying to change. Now, like she did, she at least gave him time to do counseling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a part of giving somebody grace. You know what I'm saying? So she did her due diligence, I would say, in that situation. So as long as you do your due diligence in a situation, I feel like, you know, it's warranted, like, to be able to remove yourself from a situation that no longer serves you.
Right.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Coco.
And your girl T.
And we are a cup of conversation. If you ladies are looking for a long, short, body wave, kinky straight, loose wave, deep wave, luxurious bundles, wigs, you need to shop Bossette Hair for boss women. They even are on DoorDash, and you can get your wig delivered straight to your front door. Quicker than Amazon any day.
Period. And if you don't like waiting like me, you can go in-store to pick up your bundles. Download the app for special deals and updates on all the Bossette. And make sure you shop Bossette Hair for boss women.
Boss women, yes. And if you need a little money off, you can use our code displayed here on the screen to save. Period.
Tell a couple conversations sent you. Right. I agree. As long as you do that, like you said, them steps, and you make sure that this is not where I need to be.
And don't ignore the red flags. Like, don't ignore the signs, because believe it or not, like any situation, even in situations that, you know, that have worked out, like, you know, ultimately worked out, like it was things that you knew that even if your marriage overcame it, you should have addressed it prior to marriage. And you didn't, because of whatever reason.
Right.
And then you get in a marriage and then you're mad that it's happening, but it's like, we knew what was going on. You knew that this would fester into something like this, like early on, but you didn't take care of it then.
Right.
And thank God that some people are able to get over certain things, you know, get over certain humps, but when it comes to a point that you can't, then you can't.
Right.
As far as the settling part of it, I think that people just need to evaluate the things that they're putting in those boxes. Like, ultimately, like, what are you putting in the boxes that even?
Yeah, because I think what got her in that position was that she wanted. She said she really had never been taken care of financially, and she wanted that freedom, that soft lifestyle. That she just said, she kept on saying over and over, I wanted it to be my turn. I wanted it to be my turn. Like, you just wanted that. Yeah, we do. We do as women, we put an age on it. And she was already saying how she hadn't had a baby and things like that. And that is a whole another thing in itself. But she is lucky as hell. I mean, like, I know an abortion, not an abortion, but a miscarriage is not lucky. But
In her
from
case,
a nigga like that.
yeah. And that's another thing. God does things. That's why sometimes a loss is not really a loss. It was something to help. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't gonna do it for yourself, so I had to just step in. I had to get in there. Yeah. So that's just one of them things. I know she thanking God right now every day.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? That's just one thing to be tied to.
Yeah, it was one of them things that I fucked up bad in this one. Yeah. But
to get away in no means like we saying that a miscarriage is a good thing, like, because you know that's not it's trauma. So but at the end of the day, sometimes you have to look at things for what they are. Yeah.
With the real light to it.
So what do you feel like, okay, since we on this topic about women, I'm sorry, I keep touching my head itches. What do you think about this whole talk? And I recently saw this. I don't know if it's going on in the social media right now, but I had seen the video, so I think it's going on. But how they saying that the only marriage is a form of slavery of women, basically. How do you feel about that?
I've been seeing that a little bit here and there, and kind of how we touched on with Polo, like your boundaries are whatever you let them be. If you feel like you are being enslaved, that is because you are absolutely allowing it. Like nobody is seeing nobody. I mean, I think all women kind of most women run their house like this. Like the men don't run their motherfucker. Like I walk around here and say not when we gonna eat. Damn near shit. Right. When we gonna eat, when I'm gonna cook, when it's time to clean up. I'm not like your mama or nothing in this motherfucker, but at the same time, I'm the one orchestrating the shit.
It's a partnership.
Yeah. You do your thing outside of the house, but inside the house, that's really my thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm organizing the bills the way they paid. I'm making sure they are paid on time and shit like that. Like, it's none of that misconception in my house. Like, there ain't no. So I don't understand where the slavery come in. I think that's truly a depiction of the type of men you choose because of the things you have on the checklist. You so worried about these checks, but you ain't even ask yourself. You ain't even say, God, I don't want a nigga that don't beat women. I don't want a nigga that's a cheater. You didn't even put all that up in there. Yeah. But you up in there checking off boxes if he got a Lexus or if he got a goddamn.
Exactly. He's a six-figure.
Yeah. That's what I was just thinking though. Like I just don't understand the misconception of it because that's what you allow. Like that's what you.
Okay, so you know how like. You know, women they want a lot of women. Some women they pick the check boxes, and they always put the money and stuff like that. But if you notice, like a lot of men, and correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of men that make a lot of money, they are normally 9 times out of 10, but a lot of times they are like. That's the way they manipulate the game. Like they want you to be dependent upon them so they can do whatever they want to do.
Very much so.
And so I always used to say sometimes like I would rather a man, you know, that was not bare minimum, but like a man that was just a working class man, care for his family like that above somebody that was already well off when I met them because they have this idea most of the time I don't need you anyway. I was doing good all by myself before you came around. I had XYZ. I had all these women.
I got a little story time with that little whole basis because my ex is that man. Like that, he is like when I stopped dating him, I was single for like a year and a half, maybe almost going on 2 years. But that made me realize that I don't want to chase no nigga with money. Like, I thought that was because I started dating him when I was like early 20s, 21, you know what I'm saying, 20, 21,
good age
22.
To be manipulated,
And he had some good money, and like, so he felt like that. That allotted him to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do. Talk to how, and at first, it wasn't like that. At first, it was sweet nothings, it was this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? He even got me to move to goddamn Houston. Like, oh, just come down here. You keep on going to school out here. I got you. This, that, and the third. Child. He left that Apple Watch at home one day, and I could have lost 20 pounds. I was so sick. Oh. Never again. Like, never again. Like, that was my bottom line lesson. Like, oh, no. I can't be chasing no nigga with money, because that's exactly how he thought. Like,
Right.
I could do whatever I want. He was sending other bitches money, and you up in the house complaining about what you got to pay for me after you done made me come down here. Like, it was just madness. Like, madness.
That's
and then one day I was just like, fuck this.
Right.
I packed my shit up with literally nowhere to go. I packed my shit up, put it in the car. I called my best friend, Sneak, where you at? Is anybody at your house right now? Because you got an air mattress over there or something? I need to come stay tonight. Yeah. I can't do this no more.
That's usually how men with money are. I would definitely rather build with a man than to get a man that's already built. And then, you have those situations where when you build with a man and then they leave, they run off and get the woman that they really want it, or whatever the case may be.
I feel like that's your opportunity to get better. Like, now, you know what I'm saying? That was your way out, because you already knew he wasn't going to be on shit. Now he got money. He feeling himself a little more, you know what I'm saying?
But then that's why you gotta have
that's a man confidence sometimes.
Yes, but you have to check those other boxes. That's why it's so much that encompasses like being with a person and marrying a person, or just spending your life with somebody, because you have to know character. You have to have good discernment about somebody's character, because you need to know that how people act when they got money, when they don't have money. Like, you need to be able to discern, like, is this a loyal person? Because a person with money versus not a person without money, the loyalty, if they have real loyalty, it doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's a loyal to the soul type of person, he ain't gonna be that type of person when just because he got money. Like, you have to learn a person outside of what they bring to the table as far as materialistic things. Like,
and I think that today, we talk about people like needing to be more in marriages than just relationships or long-term relationships. But I don't know if that's meant for everybody, because I'm telling you, I don't think today people are really checking off those bottom boxes. I'm calling them the bottom boxes because they on the back burner, because your top boxes always be that surface shit. You know what I mean?
What did you say? You say you don't think that marriage is for everybody?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know, because I ain't gonna say that they can't grow and start noticing these things, but I know a lot of people who, if it's up here, if marriage is up here, baby, their thought process is down.
And so what I was gonna say is, I feel like marriage, it can be for everybody, but it's not for very immature people.
That's what I mean. Yeah, and they thought process, like that's why I say when they thought process, because they not thinking the deeper, they not thinking the bottom boxes, the back burner boxes. They are right here, and they can't see no further than if he ain't driving this, or if he ain't.
And you know what? To be honest, this is not even just tailored to women. This is also tailored to men, because men, you hear all this talk about, I'm not dating a woman if she don't got no butt, if she can't wear her real hair, if she wear makeup, or if she got stretch marks. That was crazy to me, because like, how do you expect to be with a woman forever and have your kids, and then if she have stretch marks, you like turned off immediately? Like, that's so shallow. But
I think niggas who picky like that gay. I give them game.
Yeah. That does. It does.
I mean,
that don't mean you don't know the anatomy of a woman.
But knowing the build of a man and the how men value sex and how they'll knock the socks off of just about anything,
right?
That gives a little sweet. Like, you want it to be pampered up.
You're part of that crew that identify every man homophobic at the slightest.
Look, don't call me homophobic, because they was tan just up when she got on the behind that child. They be tearing her up. And I don't know why they do my good sis like that, because I feel like a lot of people make these same comments that she make, and they don't go as hard on them. But
yeah, I think they just hate to hate Jess. But I also believe that, I feel like sometimes we have to be the people that we talk about. We have to be better than the people that we talk about. And in some cases, she's not better than the people that we talk about. For instance, when Charlamagne made that statement, she should have corrected him as a woman. She should have corrected him. No, Charlamagne, we're not gonna say just because I'm sure as a woman she's been in those situations.
Even as a comedian, because I know she took to it right initially as a comedian. Like, she said something funny after.
Right.
But even after you do that, you should have just said, nah, but for real though, everybody go through that shit. So like, let's not put it just on that. Like, something.
Yeah, you gotta like something. And then I hate that rhetoric, like, oh, we're not protected. Black women are not protected. This is that. And especially when she went through all that stuff when they were talking about her and the transgender and all that stuff and how she wasn't being. They were saying black women weren't being protected.
Yeah.
Like you have to be that person that you're looking to be for you. So that's why I feel like it was kind of like
it's 50-50. Yeah.
You know.
I get that too. But what we was talking about before, because I didn't even mean to bring her back up. I didn't even mean to bring her up.
We were talking about just men that are little.
Have that standard. Yeah. That I wouldn't call it homophobic, but I just do think that certain things like that just gives a hell of sweet. Like you.
You can't
like
be a mean
the standards.
Talking about
standards are one thing, boundaries are one thing. But y'all like, oh, my girl came with 1B hair or new lipstick. I don't like the brown new lipstick combo. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, cause how you even know about that? If I ask Harry what's the brown lip, he ain't gonna even know what I'm talking about.
You went too deep. You too far into it.
No, really.
That's what I mean by sassy. Don't get it confused.
Yeah, but men are they are the same. They're very shallow in their boxes as well because. Especially with this new wave of women, you know, everybody got a BBL, everybody has lip fillers, and this is no shades. Anybody that has these things, but that has become for some men the standard to this is what my woman gotta look like. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, y'all? It's your girl T
and your girl Coco.
And are you looking for some brand exposure? Do you have a business that you're trying to put in front of a new audience? Because look, right now we are giving out free commercials. Free. Oprah style, baby.
Yes, you get one.
Period. We putting it out there. And we building our brand and we trying to help you build your brand.
Yes. So if you have a small business, large business, medium-sized business, whatever kind of business you might have, let us know. Get in our inbox, email us, and let us know how we can help you grow your business and see some success this year.
Yes.
These slots are only free for a limited amount of time. We're going to give you the first 4 weeks of the month free. You get to see how we expose you, how many people come on behalf of Cup Conversation, and then you get to decide, is it worth it? So this is a deal of a lifetime if you ask me. As a business owner myself, if somebody gave me this opportunity, I would definitely do it. We have views on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yes, even to lose.
Yeah, and
just get out there.
As well as the podcast platforms. Yes. So tap in with your girls.
Very much so. Get them commercials while they last. Deuces. To get in our last topic for today, let's just talk a little bit about, since it is the start of Women's History Month, it's our first episode of this month, let's talk about, so I wanted to pose the question of what makes one of those influential, one of those, what did I just call them, legendary women today, because you notice like a lot of, in the podcast space, they say a lot of it is the same, in the radio space, in the singing space, they say a lot of the shit today is just very the same, even the way that we dress and look and stuff. I'm starting to notice it too, and I'm like, this shit look creepy, y'all. Like, we need to figure something out. Like,
yeah, me personally, I feel like the women, like, and it's, I wouldn't say it's not a lot of women in our generation that are, you know, like you just said, like the Cicely Tyson, you know. I feel like we have those in our own way, and in our own way, when I say that, like they are still, you know, stylish women, beautiful women, you know, carrying their own, they look good while doing it. But yeah, they're creating a legacy. But I also noticed that, like, even the women that are coming to mind, like the Tarajis, the Fantasias, the, you know, the Sierras, like, I feel like they are women that, even like with the way the society is today, like how it's a lot of women that are, you know, out there really revealing.
A lot of video girls, basically.
Yeah,
like back in the days, that's what they used to call girls that dress like that. But now everybody dresses like that.
Yeah.
So,
so that's what I was about to say. Like, even with a society like that, they are still them, and they do it so well to where even those type of women respect them as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way they dress is more of a modest, like, Sierra, she gets a little risky sometimes, but it's still
very
pleasing.
Much modest,
like, it's not distasteful. That's what I'm like. It's very tasteful, like, in a way. And I think that we do have those women, and I think that we just need to acknowledge those type of women more often, not to bash anybody. You don't have to bash anybody to acknowledge somebody else.
Yeah.
But I feel like they need more recognition, because I feel like that is who, you know.
That's what we need to be training the girls up to look like.
To be like.
We do acknowledge the bad way more than we acknowledge
exactly. I hate that for
Sierra prayers or the, you know what I'm saying, whatever they said, just how they make it like a mockery almost of, they pretty much make a mockery of like the positive stuff, like the good things, and it's not so much like as if, you know what I'm saying, as the Young Miamis or the what she would, and ain't nobody, why y'all ain't brought her up in a while?
Who?
She ain't acting bad no more, cause ain't nobody saying nothing.
Well, you know, she's quiet because of all the stuff.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Like, ain't nobody even pinched her yet. Ain't nobody going, hey, girl.
But didn't she just have a new song or something come out or something like that?
I think so, but she ain't even really like. She barely even promoting her shit, cause I feel like she don't want people to say nothing about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the type of people we need to take the idolizing away from, cause as we can see, the decisions making is very piss poor. I mean, like down here.
Like our girls look up to like some of the wrong stuff.
What that dude D1 was saying. Remember I said I was listening to him on the Breakfast Club the other day.
Yeah.
He was saying that, but he was saying in the sense about boys, like how they put all that murder music out there like that. And he said like his mission in his songs, cause they do, DJ Envy say people do call him like a Christian rapper, but he don't really talk about God so much in his song. He just talk about like positive shit, like positive stuff. And he said he really been trying to talk to rappers and other artists to like, cause they don't even, I ain't gonna say I don't think they realize it. I'm not gonna say that y'all don't realize it. I just think that y'all don't put it into perspective as what it's doing. Like what music has taught you. Like just think about it. Just think about the cycle of it. Like we do need to do better in bringing our youth up, like the things that we expose them
and
to.
not even just a youth. Like I don't want to hear that. Like if I feel like if you're a rapper, I feel like if you're talented, you can rap about anything.
Yeah,
you can rap about.
And that's basically what he was
table.
saying. That's basically what that dude was saying. Like you ought to be able to put witty things together. You smart. If you really do this and you really find this as a craft,
right?
You ought to not try to take the easy way out and just talk about the easy shit.
Exactly. Like, and half of the time it's crazy because some of the stuff that they're talking about, they're not even doing themselves.
Exactly.
So that's even more of a testament to why you shouldn't be putting it out. You're not even really doing this. You're buying properties. You're buying, real estate. You're doing other things with your money, but you're yet talking about the things that.
And I just want to pose the question that Charlamagne asked the other day, because it was a good question to ask in the sense of music and how we talk about how it influences. He said, when are we going to realize that when are we going to see music how we see movies? As entertainment, as just fiction, as we know that's not true. We seen this nigga get shot. We know that ain't true. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
When are we gonna start looking at it like that? Because and the dude that they were interviewing had a good like combat to it, because I was thinking the same thing, because they had just interviewed French Montana maybe a week ago or something like that, and he brought a young artist with him up there, and a young dude from like Chicago or something. He do drill music, and he was basically saying like, Charlamagne basically told him like, but this is just like a persona for you, just a character for you. He's like, nah, what kind of nigga would I be if I was singing about this, rapping about this, and I wasn't living it for real? And I was like, oh, this young nigga's really crazy. And that's what the D1 dude was saying. He was like, yeah, you see, it's people like that. Like, this is what we bringing up.
But
he's like that.
But then the thing about it is too, we've known that movies are what we call acting. It's not real. We don't. But we have always heard people say, I'm like, even when R&B artists let's take bad stuff away from it. And when an R&B artist puts out songs, they be like, we need her to break up with somebody again because we think she's going through real music. You get what I'm saying? Because that's when you get authentic music. But that's what has always been the lingo. I'm rapping about real life things. That's where the whole conversation about y'all rapping this stuff, y'all ain't really living it. They were living it. That's why it's hard to take that out and make it look like it's a movie or think like it's there. It's not there.
And with social media, is the only way that we know that either they lying or, you know what I mean? Now we have social media these days. So now, but the whole hip hop is 50 years old.
Yeah.
for at least 25 to 30 of them 50 years, we thought that they were telling the goddamn, like, we think that they're standing on business.
But a lot of them were, though. Like, as far as, like, from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, some of these younger people or, you know, some of these rappers, the newer age rappers, and not even the newer age, but, like, you know, like the Rick Ross and that type of age, like, they probably
the Gucci man, Gucci was going to jail for real.
For real. Like, this is stuff that we're seeing.
Yeah.
Like, we seen them. Like, Lil Baby talk about the stuff that he talk about. He was really in Atlanta selling, you know what I mean? That's their life for real. So it's hard to say, oh, why don't y'all look at it like that when they're telling us also in these same documentaries that we're listening to their music, like, oh, this is what we went through. They showing them on the block. Like, this is real for them. This is not fake for them. They telling you this because it's real for them. So, of course, the kids are looking like, oh, if it was real for them, if they can do that, oh, I could do that.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And then too, our kids, they don't have to believe that it wasn't real for them to actually be in a real life situation. These kids are actually in these projects, in these ghettos, in these inner city places, and they're
like
living.
We talked about last week about
so
them
that's
having their own
them.
experiences.
Yeah,
we be looking at kids like oh, they just around fun shit all day.
No,
they experience and see real shit with they
That
eyes.
music is motivation. Like, for instance, Carrie, my husband loves trap music. Like, he loves it. And he just not getting to a point to where he kind of like falling off of it, but like that was him. Like, he would always tell me, like, I listen to this because it helped me get money. This helped me Even when he wasn't even selling drugs, he still looked at it like that mindset. So that was motivation for him when he was in the streets. That was the kind of music he wanted to listen to keep him there.
Yeah.
So even if you didn't start listening to this to get you there, it's gonna keep you there because you get what I'm saying. So it still plays a part in whether you think you influencing them or not. If you're not influencing them, you're motivating them.
Right.
And either way is not a good situation.
Exactly. You gonna make them fall into this capitalist society where they think money,
jewelry, cars, and effing bad girls.
That's the end all be all. That's the go to. So what you think the solution is? Because we can't tell rappers to stop rapping. What do you think they need to do as a whole?
Me personally, y'all not gonna like mine, but I think that we should get away from it because when you said something about the movies, the reason I was like, oh, that's a good question because
I thought so too when he asked it. I was like, okay, that's a good counter.
The truth of it is, we talked about that at the marriage retreat because we were talking about what made us start talking about that. I don't even remember what made us start talking about it. But basically, I was saying he was saying how you can't be in the world and in Christ.
One foot in, one foot out.
You can't have one foot in. And I was like, well, so what about people that have jobs to do? And he said, if your job is moving you away from God in any type of way, you still, again, it goes back to you can't be in one world without. You have to abandon certain roles. And like he made a good point about, what is his name, Chris Tucker? The one that played Smokey, he was saying how he wasn't willing to play that anymore, which is why he's not in any movies because of what it was him smoking weed. Like he was like he abandoned that because of what it is. No matter how much money, you cannot be willing to be bought out. You have to be sold out for Christ and sold out for Christ only. Like you can't. Even the movies that we watch, you cannot allow your kids to be subjective to these movies that's showing them, even if it's acting. Yes, it is. Even as grown adults, you should not really be watching that stuff. You should not be watching movies about perversion, about, you know what I'm saying, rape and stuff like that, because that's what you opening your mind up to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even like the music, that you opening your mind up to those demonic spirits and all that kind of stuff. So me personally, I feel like the only way to get away from it is to get away from it. Like.
So you don't think we ought to be able to watch certain things or listen to, read?
I know it's harder said than done.
Without having a mind strong enough to not be.
Yeah, you do have to have a mind strong enough, but it also goes back to this. Certain stuff you won't even crave or you won't even want to watch when you talk about having a stronger mind and your mind is focused on other certain things, you won't even have a certain cravings to watch that.
Right.
Like, certain stuff will
we
turn
seen
you
it
off.
happen over time, even with the podcast, and we talk about certain topics, or we we'll go through social media and be like, what's popping today? Or now it's like, shit, neither one of us been paying attention. It's getting less and less.
So
it'll
happen like that as well.
Yeah, your taste change once you learn different things, of course. So I do think that that's part of it, and I think that a lot of rappers are trying to grow out of it. I see like the 21 Savage trying to, you know, he's trying to move away from it. It's other people that's trying to move away from it. It's gonna take a while because, like I said, 30 years we was thinking people was really doing this shit, and a lot of them really were.
And the thing is, it's a generation for all. It's a time, and like you say, it's a time and a place for everything under the sun. Because you graduated from something, it's not gonna be two other women that sit on the couch and still talking about that.
Yeah.
So it takes time for people to, and that's why it's something for everybody. When you graduate from now, I don't want to watch a movie with 1 million sex scenes in it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't want to watch a movie that got killing and this and that. And then I think about it like this: when he started saying it, he said you'll start moving away from that stuff. And although I don't completely not watch stuff that don't have nothing in it, but you know how I tell you, like, I don't really watch TV. That was really God's way of saying it's nothing that's interesting on TV because that is what's on TV. You get what I'm saying? It's not that, oh, I gotta sit and watch only God stuff on TV. Right. Now you're gonna find something else to occupy your time with because it is other things to do other than watch TV. You don't have to watch movies. It's people like me. I've never really been a movie person, or a TV watcher, or a movie person. Like,
I have. My auntie used to have like a bookshelf full of DVDs. We'll go rent shit from her.
Harry took my black card like when we first met. When he found out, I had never seen Paid in Full. I had never seen what's the other movie with the guy that got killed. He moved with his dad. Boys in the Hood. I had never seen a lot of black movies, like movies that people grew up on. I had never seen them because that just it wasn't the norm for my household.
We was movie babies.
A lot of even Carrie, like he is too. Like he used to, he know, like he be like, you ain't seen this, you ain't. I'm like, no.
My auntie used to have a bookshelf of movies. When I say a bookshelf, like literally a whole bunch of movies. That's how I never thought I would get into things like Twilight. That's how I even got into shit like that. She had all the series, everything, baby. I'm in that bitch. We was bored anyway. We in a little country town and we ain't outside running around on some scooters we just got for Christmas or some 4-wheelers or something. Baby, we in this house watching some movies if it's summertime.
Right.
And me and my cousin stayed next door to each other, so you know we do that cousin sleepover shit. Like that's all we did.
And
a bunch
stay
of that.
Up all night watching movies. Yeah.
A bunch of that.
Yeah, but I think that as you grow in certain areas of your life, it just will start kind of like fading away. Like certain stuff will just fade away. So it's not that it can't be done. It's just that you're gonna move to the area where it is being done. You know what I'm saying? So now instead of listening to whoever else, you might listen to the guy that you're talking about that was on the show. Now, I find myself doing that. Like I literally have playlists. I completely like really cut out all like secular music in my phone and like that I listen to. So I don't just not only listen to gospel music. I listen to a lot of stuff. Sometimes I find podcasts to listen to that's feeding something to me, or I listen to music. I have Christian R&B music. Like you really start doing your research when you want different. You know what I'm saying? Stuff, Like you realize like, oh, this been here the whole time. I ain't never heard of no Christian R&B or no. You know what I'm saying? They have, of course, people know they got Christian rap. But like it got stuff that sound good or and it ain't even so much Christian. Something like the guy said he
just positive
stuff, and you realize like, oh, you can vibe to that too. So it's not that you just have to be so like, I gotta watch this all day because it's talking about God or it's talking about it. It's other stuff you can look at. You know.
I believe that too. You just gotta have a wide palette. You have to have a different palette. Just start having a taste for different things.
Yeah.
But y'all, so as we did last year, and we're gonna talk about our 1 year anniversary because we coming up on a year. So as we did last year in this month of March, we are gonna shout out black women and women that we feel like, not even just black women, just women that we feel are significant. Yeah, I mean, if they ain't black, they are part of the culture.
Yeah,
shit, they one of them. So we're just gonna be giving a shout out to women that we think stand out or extraordinary, and they need a little recognition in this, in this space. You want to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, so one of mine was we had a bunch of ladies we reached out to this week in a Facebook group, and one was the lady I was trying to get on the show. She gonna come. She's actually in Ghana right now doing some education abroad. And so she said she was gonna come. It probably have to be later in March. But her name is Dr. Ashlei. She's a Houston native, And she's an educator for public schools. She's been in charter schools, and she does abroad, as I just mentioned. And she has a lot of nonprofit organizations that help kids out with things all across the board, whether it's school, hunger. She just is there for the children. As we were talking about being a better light and bringing children up in a different way. So I think she is a perfect person for that. I think she has been doing some great work in the community, Houston and everywhere else, not just Houston, but she is a Houston native. So shout out to Dr. Ashlei Evans. If y'all want to follow her, I'll put her information at the bottom on Facebook, and I'll give you her little website, and I'll put it in the description so y'all can check her out.
Yes, and my girl for today, my woman for today, I should say, is Miss Lanaya Wills. She's a New Orleans native. Okay. And she moved here to Houston. I want to say during the Katrina, the flood and stuff. And she's a awesome realtor and tax preparer in Houston. But the reason I wanted to highlight her is because I literally watched this woman come up from. I'm not gonna say nothing. Like she was always working. Her way. She was working a 9 to 5 when I met her. She quit her 9 to 5 like this, and like she worked her way all the way up to being a very, very successful woman. I just did her makeup yesterday, and she was just telling me about how things have been. She spent some weeks in Europe just.
Don't you love those clients that come over time and you can see the progression,
see the growth, yes. And like when I say the growth in her, like every time I see her prior to this, like on my story and stuff like that, or like she'll inbox me, I inbox her, heart and stuff and stuff like that. I always just say in my head like, oh my God, I want to be like her when I grow up. Like, she embodies like a woman's woman. Like she cares about her health, her business, her kids, like she cares about her well-being as far as her mental health, just getting counseling not only for her but for her
standing
kids.
On business about
She's just standing on business about everything, and so I just love that for her. I want to be like her when I grow up.
No, for
real. She is amazing. Yeah, she is amazing. Like she's always so sweet. She never like. I don't know if she ever down. She probably is. We human. We down. But like, I always see her in a great light, like all the time, and. She's just doing amazing things as a realtor, as a tax preparer. She not one of them janky tax preparers.
New janky.
No. She's been doing taxes for. She said she's been doing taxes since she was almost 10 years old. Her dad was a tax preparer, and this is before.
So she's been helping out.
Yes, and so she said I just learned from my dad, and she just been doing it for forever. And so that's who I wanted to shout out today, girl. Keep doing your thing.
Period. We'll have her information in here as well.
Yes.
All right, y'all. So that was another great episode to kick off Women's History Month, and we're gonna be shouting out women, phenomenal women. Y'all can leave us some women in the comments, and we'll shout out whoever we can if we can get to them. But yeah, you got anything else you want to leave the people with?
Nope. Hey y'all. Bye y'all.
Until next time. Deuces.